Welcome to the Golden Hour, brought to you by Friendship Haven. Together we celebrate life, stories, and connection. Support for this show comes from Fort Dodge Ford Lincoln Toyota and Fort Dodge Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, standing by our community every mile of the way. With the support of Fort Dodge Ford Lincoln Toyota and Fort Dodge Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're proud to share these stories with our community.
We are bombarded with anti-aging messages every day. We do not hear enough about aging well. We happen to have great access to people who are not only aging well, but are doing so with grace, dignity, and humor. Growing older is not about slowing down always. It's about living fully, laughing often, and sharing wisdom. So pour yourself a cup of coffee, settle in, and join us for stories from the experts that inspire and uplift. My name is Julie Thorson, and this is The Golden Hour. Today we have two very special guests on The Golden Hour. We have my childhood neighbors, Roger and Ruth McCullough. I'm so happy to have you both here for The Golden Hour. Now, we're talking about aging well, and to be an expert on aging, I guess we have to know, how old are both of you? How young are both of you? Maybe I should start with you, Raj.
Well, I'm 77 years old.
77, and Ruth?
76.
76. So 77 and 76. In all fairness, I don't know if I'm expert status yet. I'm working there, but I'm 52. And you two are the first couple we've had on, which I'm just thrilled about. And so tell me, how many years have you been married?
You want to share that, Ruth?
Sure. 54.
54. So yes. You're coming up on 55.
Right, in August.
In August. Mm-hmm. Oh, how exciting. Same as my folks.
Yes.
Great.
We grew up in Round Prairie together. Roger and Ruth lived right backyard to my parents, and they still live there now. So it's really a joy to have you both here. And I have to tell you, getting to know you both later, better, you're two of the most positive people I've ever met.
Thank you.
What do you think contributes to that positivity as you grow older?
That's an interesting question. I think we interact well with people. We look for the conversation, and the facility that we're a part of encourages people to be open to talk about things that are in their life and what's going on, so that it's a unique setting from that standpoint. What do you think, Ruth?
I agree. We've had a lot of fun together, a lot of travels because Roger was in the insurance business, and we did a lot of business trips. Sometimes we took our children, sometimes not. Life has just been amazingly fun and good.
And absolutely, we've gotten to know each other because of the community that you live at now. Raj is Friendship Haven,
Yeah.
and relationships and building those relationships are such an important part of our community. What has that meant for the both of you, getting to interact with people every single day and being around people and socializing? What has that meant for you in your journey of successful aging?
I guess I look at the people that are there. I want to have the opportunity to expand the number of lives that I'm touching, to be a part of those events. It becomes a valuable part of it. We've had conversations. There are a lot of generational events occurring, and what we see being advertised is the reality of Friendship Haven.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Would you agree, Ruth?
I would. I think the other, there's so many opportunities at Friendship Haven to volunteer, to be a part of groups, and that's where I have enjoyed reaching people and touching others, and being part of, like you said, the community is just amazing. It's so much fun.
You know, the community is one thing, and we want to try to create a community where people are supported as they grow older. And as we grow older, sometimes things change and there's adversity to deal with. And I'm curious with both of you, how have you approached adversity or changes with your health condition as you've grown older? Raj, why don't we start with you?
Well, I'm dealing with a couple of maladies, and I wouldn't want to have those conversations without the support of the organization. I'm looking for the right words here within that framework to be able to involve others, and they're at different phases. They really are. And it's important, I think, to have the opportunity to sit down and visit about how you're being impacted. Mm-hmm. I have Parkinson's. I have several other maladies from that standpoint that appear to affect my speech pattern. Mm-hmm. And that gets to be kind of a scary deal from that side of it. And then I have Ruth, who's kind of scary from a standpoint.
I'd have to disagree with you on that one, Roger.
Well, but I have the support of my partner, who knows how this works, how some things are going to be effective and some things are not. She probably volunteers 3 times as much as I do because that's appealing to her.
Mm-hmm. You have been such a wonderful support to Roger and to others too, but I'm sure the dynamic with Roger's prognosis has been a life change for you. How have you navigated that, Ruth?
It has. I'm so grateful. We moved to Friendship Haven in 2019, right after Roger was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And he continued working until May of 2024. We didn't see a lot of change those first few years. However, the boxing class was available at Friendship Haven, and that was amazing and very helpful. Just being around other people that were dealing with Parkinson's and seeing the progression of it. So we felt really blessed because we went a long time before the symptoms really started to escalate. And in the last few months, we've really seen that escalation, along with Raj has arthritis and some memory loss. So we're seeing a different Roger than we saw early in our marriage, definitely. But just by having other people around that are dealing with getting older and knowing, there's such good role models. And I have to say, Friendship Haven's help is one phone call away. Anytime we need help, we've needed a second family, and 3:15 in the morning, we've called, and they've been right there with the nurse, and they brought a custodian, or a security guard the last time to help him because he fell. And they made us feel so loved, and no problem at all. Got him back in his chair and checked to make sure he was okay. So I think knowing we have that kind of support has been very, very helpful, and we have so much peace of mind because of that.
Oh, I love to hear that. I mean, of course, I love to hear great things about Friendship Haven.
Yes.
But really, this idea of being together, supporting each other, doing it with the attitudes that you both are, it's just amazing. I think we have so much to learn from the both of you. I'm curious, Raj, you're actually one of our original rock steady boxers, and have been doing it since we started the program. What is the Rock Steady Boxing, program? It is designed specifically for people living with Parkinson's. Can you tell me what that program has meant to you personally?
It's a tremendous asset. There are generally, we meet Monday, Wednesdays, and there's usually 12 to 15 boxers. And no, you don't get to hit anybody. But you take advantage of the people who are trained to stretch us a little bit, to be involved and active in that. And it's meant a great deal. It really has.
How about for you, Ruth, seeing Raj participating in this program for all these years?
Yes.
I know sometimes you go and watch and are part of it. What has the program meant to you personally?
To me, it's been very encouraging to watch the other people dealing with Parkinson's, where they are right now in life has been encouraging. Also, once a month, they have a Parkinson's meeting where they bring in a speaker and talk about some of the symptoms, some of the victories other people have had, and that has been very, very helpful. I also think the instructors are amazing. They challenge you with so many fun things, and the Parkinson's people help one another. It is very, very heartfelt.
Heartfelt is a great word, and I know you all get very close and support each other and connect with each other. And April is Parkinson's Awareness Month.
Yes.
So this is a great time for us to be having this podcast, because I think it's one of those things we just don't talk about enough. I wanted to prepare a little bit for our time together, and one of the quotes from the American Parkinson's Disease Association, which I was curious how you would react to this, but I wanted to learn a little bit more. And they talk about keep doing what you love, even if you have to do it differently. And I'm just curious, Roger, when you hear that, and where you are at this point in your life, when you hear that quote, keep doing what you love, but you may have to do it a little differently. How does that land for you?
I would like to have an avoidance of that. But the reality of that is that you need to continue where you can from that standpoint. And the enjoyment and the attitudes of the other people that are there, for whatever reason, they tend to blend together.
Yes.
When I go to do boxing, it probably takes me 15 minutes to get out of the car.
Yeah.
With the boxing gloves and all that stuff, and you don't even think about it. You just assume that you're going to be able to do that. The other thing was, I don't know what day it was, but we had snow. And I told Ruth I'm not going to go box. And she told me that I needed a place to live.
That was her gentle push. Right, Ruth?
Right.
Yeah. So from that standpoint, the benefit is more than just the one individual. It is the entire household.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, if you don't mind, just because I really do think it would help others. Ruth, how do you maneuver and deal with those hard days?
Raj has a very calm spirit and a positive attitude, and normally we agree on most things later in life. Early in life, not so much.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
We have mellowed, but I know that Raj enjoys going to boxing. So, of course, just like any exercise class, there are days we'd like to stay home, but he knows that he needs to keep moving, and just that little push where it's like staying home really isn't an option. You're going to be so glad you came. And the fun part is when you walk in the door and everybody calls you by name and good morning, and we're so glad you're here. They want to help him take his coat off, help him with his walker. It's an amazing class, a fun group to be with, and I know that you would miss it. Right now you've had to take a little break because he's been in skilled care, but hopefully he will get strong enough, and if not, they say come back and visit, which we will do.
Right. When you hear Ruth talk about that, how does that make you feel, Roger?
Teary. That's the short answer.
Well, that's a short but powerful answer, right?
Yep.
How do you muster the strength on those hard days?
Well, and I guess the group adds to the strength of the individual.
Oh, beautifully said. Beautifully said. Yeah. How about let's go back to those younger days for a second, because we're talking about growing older.
Right.
How did you two, almost 55 years later, you're the first couple that we've had on. So what advice would you have to, let's say, young people that are about to get married or that are just married, in having a almost 55 year successful marriage? What advice would you have for those newlyweds?
Be honest in your approach to what's going on. Sometimes, and I can't speak for Ruth in this, but sometimes it's easier to pretend this is how I would like things to be, but you're better served to give honest answers to the questions that you're going to deal with.
Oh, wow. What great advice, Roger. How would you answer that, Ruth?
Because of Roger's career, he was gone a lot.
Right.
And so I think when he was home, he was a fun dad. He was not a hands-on, let's get the dishes done, let's clean the house. It was outside playing basketball with the boys. And I don't think I always appreciated it till later years when I hear the kids talk about that Dad was always outside playing with them, enjoying them. He was the dad that had the fun Christmas gifts. I was the practical one. And so I think just being able to go with the flow in a marriage, and that wasn't always easy and it wasn't always successful, but I'm glad we stuck it out, right?
I love that. One thing that I admire about the two of you so much, knowing you as a child, knowing both of you as a child and your family as a child, but now getting to know you more, later in life. One thing that I've admired about both of you so much, even here today, I hope Peter has gotten a few shots of the both of you together, because one thing that is so obvious is that you have a deep, deep appreciation for each other. Now, the obvious thing would be love for each other. That's obvious. But it's deeper than that, because it's a genuine, what I've always felt between the two of you is that you appreciate each other so much.
That's sweet.
Do you feel that for one another?
I would say definitely yes. One of the thoughts that we hadn't touched on was the grassed-in alleyway.
Oh, we did it, did we? Yes, that round prairie grass alley.
Yes.
From that side of it. And I have a mental picture of you, Julie, doing cartwheels.
I was going to say, watch what you say here, Roger.
But
we had a great childhood, did we?
We
Yes.
did.
Yeah. Well, we're getting close to the end of our time together, but I have to, we end every podcast with the same questions, okay?
Right.
And so they're kind of rapid fire, if you will, and we can just jump around. Both of you can answer or one of you can answer. But the first question is, what is something today about technology that surprises you? What is something today about technology that surprises you?
For me, it's how fast you can find answers. I remember when the computers first came out and it was dial-up, and waiting to be able to log in took forever. And now we have our phones in front of us all the time, and it's actually fun.
It is fun. It is fun. What is something from your teen years? Okay, so when we talked about when you first got married, but how about from your teen years that would surprise people?
that's a challenging question. My father passed away when I was in high school.
Okay.
And at that point, there was a lot of input and support from the community that we were a part of. Mm-hmm. And I think that has, no one expects the problem to be theirs. And you need to be ready to help somebody.
Well said. Well said, Roger. What is something about you both today? Okay, what is something about you both today that would surprise people to know about you? What if we said you're an Iowa fan, Roger?
That would be a shock.
You're sporting the Cyclone colors today. What would you say is something about you that would surprise people to know about you?
I think where it's already been touched on, that I would be supporting one team or another.
You're a super fan.
Well, we have definite feelings.
A lot of us do, right?
Yes, a lot of us do.
How about for you, Ruth? What's something that would surprise people about you?
I came from a family of 9 children.
9?
Yes,
oh my gosh.
yes.
How do you fall in the birth order there?
The third oldest.
The third oldest.
Yes.
Oh, that is a surprise. Who surprises you?
We both enter into conversations expecting the outcome to be what we wanted.
Oh, really? Oh, that is good to know. That's kind of a secret.
And I think that's healthy. It gives you a starting point where if we're going to have a discussion, we're not going to go to bed with the problem.
That's a good answer. All right, last question. Were you surprised today at all, or have you been surprised today at all? And if so, how or why?
I would say I'm surprised at how easy this conversation is. Thank you for making it so. It's a lot of fun, and just being able to be here together to talk about this journey we're on, I think is a delight. Thank you.
Well, and I know I maybe twisted your arm a little bit, but it was all with good intention, because I do think Parkinson's or no Parkinson's, the McCulloughs are an inspiration.
Thank you.
And I think people can learn a lot about aging well from your testimony, from your relationship, how you interact with one another. And I'm just thrilled that you agreed to be our first couple guest on the Golden Hour. So thank you both so much.
Thank you very much.
As we wrap up today's conversation, we're reminded of why this podcast is called the Golden Hour. Just like the golden hour in photography, when the light is softer, warmer, almost magical, and everything seems to glow, aging brings its own kind of brilliance. It's a time when perspective sharpens, humor deepens, and life's beauty shines through. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, may you continue to find light, laughter, and joy in your own golden hours.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital. Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market. Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com. That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026. Or visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.